Hi Pisces, my name is Griselle. Thank you so much for joining me for your March tarot reading. I want to say, Pisces, this is your birthday month, so happy birthday month. I hope you had an incredible month so far and just a great birthday. Another trip around the sun, guys, and here we are. So I'm going to go ahead and do something a little bit weird and unusual, but I want to clear the energy a little bit differently. All right. Thank you. So let's find out what Pisces has going on. What does Pisces need to know? Anything that's super important, whatever they need to know for Pisces, that's going to be important. Thank you. Potentially life-changing, encouraging, whatever they need, please. What is this? So the jumper cards that came out, I have the Chariot card right here. This is the Zombie Tarot deck. Let's see if I can get rid of this real quick. And basically what this is telling me is that perhaps you're planning a trip or you're going to be moving pretty soon. Something could be fast-paced, something quite unexpected, or it could feel chaotic, the energy about it. And if you look right here, we have the hearse carrying the casket. The casket's about to fly out. But these people in the vehicle, they don't care. They're out of there. They're like, okay, the zombies are going to get us. I'm going to leave, and I'm booting the casket with it, and we're just taking off. And we have the grass is greener on the other side. So maybe you're looking at perhaps going to a different job, Pisces. It's that element of you're peeling out. I'm peeling out. I'm just going to go for it. I'm just taking off. I may seem a little bit erratic about things in my decision making right now or whatever, but I'm going, and nothing can stop you at this point. You might be leaving behind a lot of shrapnel from the past, and what I mean by that is that perhaps a lot of things that have transpired, things that no longer serve you, a lot of memories, a lot of people pulling on your energy that really don't belong there anymore, that even can play victims around you. So be aware of that. I don't usually get that with this card, but I feel like people might try to manipulate you, dear Pisces, and pull at your energy. And as a last resort, be like, how dare you just leave, or how dare you not consider the family first, or whatever the case may be, right? How dare you not put tradition above what you want to do for yourself? How could you be selfish and look at only what you need in order to be happy? How can you not look after my needs before yours? And that's the vibe I'm getting, is that I feel like even if you're not taking a road trip or something that has to do with travel, I feel like you are in your spiritual journey moving away from those things. And I think that for me, that's a lot more significant than even the road trips and things like that. Okay. That tells me that maybe you're ascending, you're growing in your spirituality, you're making decisions that are healthy for yourself, and those are really good things. Now, the reason why I want to touch on this card came out, jumped out with it. It is a Four of Wands, and this to me always stands for I'm keeping my cards close to my chest. I'm not going to tell people what it is that I'm doing. I'm going to not really speak about things. I'm tight-lipped. I'm keeping my emotions to myself, things like that. So there could be an element of like you just want to take off and get the heck out of Dodge, Pisces. You're like, I'm sick of it, and I'm keeping it all within. But with the Four of Wands, I feel also like this is about building a home or having a peaceful home, something that is just in the beginning stages. Maybe you want to move like apartments or move houses or move states or countries, whatever the case may be. Or you want to move out of your childhood family home. Maybe you're, in your early 20s. I don't think that's my demographic audience, but if you are, things could be feeling really kind of like chaotic at home. It feels like even people are just eating, backbiting, tug of warring, fighting within themselves. It could be a lot of like battles and I don't want to say strife, but you know what? Just a lot of like fights and pettiness going on. And I think it has to do with, frankly, being on lockdown, on being home too much, or the stresses of what is going on globally. Now, the four to me always stands when I see the four. I think of the corners of the earth, the four corners of the universe, but I also think about the foundation of things, okay, where things can grow. Something to think about, reinforced by this lovely number four, the Four of Cups. And this is somebody who, Pisces, are you bored? Are you bored with the status quo? Are you bored and sick of the chaos and you just want to get away from it all? I feel like some of you might be having a hard time breathing, hard time trying to get a breath. And what I mean by that is not health-wise, but perhaps you're in a situation where this causes you stress that you hold your breath, because this is holding on to things. You could be holding your breath, okay? And not an expectation, but the tension of everything, and you just kind of stuff it. So even going out on the patio, if you have the ability, standing outside, going out in the backyard if you have luxury to have one, going to a park if you can, or simply just stepping outside of your home if you're living in a situation where you just can't get away, that kind of a thing. Stepping outside of your home and sitting anywhere but in the home, and just really focusing on breathing all the way from your diaphragm and getting rid of all that air and energy. You might want to look into yoga. That really helps you get rid of the old air in your body so that you can actually feel like you can breathe. And with that breath, the reason why it's so important is I feel like you're going to get a lot more peace through breathing, through breath work. So you can look up a lot of different things on YouTube for free that talk about breath work specifically, if that is your thing, okay? Moving on, the Four of Cups is somebody super, super bored. I feel like people are taking advantage and like, maybe they're not working right now. Maybe they are just kind of thriving under current circumstances. And you feel kind of pinned down. You feel like I can't do anything. I can't move on. But this person is so restful and this person is just dead. And I feel like sometimes we can feel like our soul is a little bit dead. You know, metaphorically, of course, just feeling like, oh my goodness, well, I have nothing here for me. There's nothing here for me. Everybody else seems to be happy. Why is there this discontent within me? Why can't I just be happy and just be like almost a drunken happiness? Not a laziness, but just like this person has no clue that he's laying on a dead person. You want more for yourself. She's dressed to the nines here, but she is checked out mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So I feel like that's what's going on, that you put on a happy face. If you look at this grin, I don't know if I can get this coming clear. If you look at this person's face, her lips are gone because she's a zombie. All you see is teeth. Now I feel like you just kind of fake smile. You just kind of, okay, you don't say anything though. That's not how you're feeling. You might want to work on your throat chakra if you're into those kinds of things. Again, a lot of free stuff on YouTube with exercising your throat chakra and perhaps wearing colors of blue to reinforce what it is that you're trying to do for yourself, Pisces. More jump cards. What's going on here? So I have the Eight of Cups. You moving away from something. Look, literally moving away from the storm. I kept the second jumper, by the way. There's a big storm, a looming, okay? And everybody, you see it. Everybody sees it. Nobody's really talking about things. It's almost like people are just going through motions. When is everything going to get back to normal? When is, and they're just waiting in a daze and going through motions. And you're the only one packing up, gang, saying, I'm getting the heck out of Dodge. Like, this storm is even getting closer. Who knows what's in that warehouse? All these zombies are laying about. And this lightning, I feel like everything is just really nebulous. Like, you can't see the light of day almost. I mean, literally in this card. And the lightning can be really symbolic of you getting little jolts of like awareness of your of things that are deeper and higher, like an ascension type thing, but more information. And I feel like you are well equipped to move on from the place where you're at mentally, spiritually, emotionally, okay? Even physically. Queen of Cups. This is a woman. This could be yourself. I don't know yet. This could be a female who is eating their brain, okay, literally, or a brain. Doesn't have to be theirs. Now, you know what? I just feel like this is a woman around you. I don't feel like this is you. And this is somebody who is really intuitive into their own feelings, into maybe they're a psychic themselves. It doesn't have to be a female. It could be a male, but I'm getting more like female vibes. It could be low testosterone type thing. I don't know. I don't know how to say not offensively, so I'm just going to say it. Please don't take offense. Pisces, this is somebody who just really can say things. I don't think that they're in their perfect energy. And what I mean by that is it's a little bit manipulative. She's eating somebody's brain, and it could be a person around you that really says things to erode your brain. Like you make up your mind, and they're trying to work in your mind to get you to back off or do things the way they want it done. And she's very comfortable doing this. She's been doing this for a while, this person, while she just lounges and kind of receives the benefit of whatever the case may be. She might be looking pretty, smelling pretty, but I don't like the vibe. I don't usually see this in this card, but the way this reading is unfolding, Pisces, I just want to say definitely you want to protect yourself. You know this person can massage your brain, okay? And this is gonna make me mad. This pisses me off. And what I'm going to say about that is I was told a long time ago, about relationships and boyfriends and whatever. I had one of my mother's neighbors came over and she's like, well, you just need to massage his brain. You need to, in other words, manipulate. I need to know how to manipulate my partner. And I'm thinking to myself, if that's how it has to be, I don't want it. I don't want it. I simply don't want it. So if this is a partner, this is somebody who knows how to manipulate, how to get into your brain, get into your head, and place you in a place of non-action. Do you understand that? I feel like you do. They're used to doing it. I'm not saying that they're a bad person, but I just don't like that energy of let's use people to make you comfortable or whatever. Or maybe she thinks that she knows best. Okay, this is somebody who is emotionally in tune, connected with spirit as well. But thinking almost in this vibe of like, I know best. I know what's best for our family. Well, honey, you've been there for 25 years. You should kind of stick with it, or, that kind of a thing if you're thinking of making different plans. Moving on. Wow. What else does Pisces need to know, please? What else does Pisces need to know? Judgment. So you need to make a judgment about this person, about your situation. And I feel like you're going to get more additional information. You're somebody sitting in a room, like typing out an email or a message. And this is them pushing fire. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and deploy my nuke. I know what my decision is. And I want to... Can I say that? I'm going to say balls to the walls. That's how we think and talk. If you don't like it, so sorry about that. But I feel like it's going to blow somebody's head off, kind of like blow their brains, blow their mind. In a lot of ways, it's like, what? You overcame my manipulation. You're still going to do it? How dare you, type Pisces? How dare you think for yourself? And it's going to really reveal a lot of character within other people around you. It could be a couple of different people that are trying to hold you back, okay? Now, this also has a potential to stand for making decisions about your life globally. Now, number 20 reduces down to number 2, and that to me always stands for yes, choices. Having to make decisions, which matches the reading thus far, but also about your personal power. This is about who you are, the ability to stand on your own 2 feet, to make your own two decisions, to make your own decisions and things like that, okay? That's what I'm getting there. Let's see what else. So what else can we know? Who can aid or assist, please? With Pisces, I'd like to know how they could be helped. This is a little bit of a different reading, so I have these different little die cuts I'm using as cards as well. And I would say, I'm going to say that you have an ancestor probably like 3 generations ago. It would be a male, somebody in their 20s or 30s, something like that. A little bit reserved, quiet, shy. I want to feel like, no disrespect, but somebody who was thought to be a little bit slow, somebody who maybe just didn't open up their mouths and speak a lot, which kind of matches your energy now. I'm not saying you're slow. Don't get that at all. Don't get that twisted. What I'm saying is just slow to speak. But this person could have had a little bit of a time delay in how they reacted to the world. Just a slight, maybe, I don't know. What do you call it? Not Asperger's or something like that, but something to where they're like right on the cusp and you can almost not tell that something's going on, but then something is, that sort of thing. But this person, if you tap into their energy, or if you just get quiet, do some automatic writing, or just breathing and allowing and just saying, you know what, I allow whatever messages, how can I overcome these obstacles, what can I do, or give me the clarity that I need, whatever help you need, dear Pisces, this person is around for you. And you can access this yourself. You don't need a medium. You don't need anything. You can do it yourself, okay? DIY, Pisces. All right, I'm going to say you also have these people around you energetically. And these people also are ancestors from long gone. I want to think this feels more like probably 2 or 3 generations ago. Just really depends. And I would just start asking. If you don't know, I would start asking. But these people were close. I feel like they were like sisters, or I feel like it was like an aunt and a sister together, and they just kind of teamed up. They were always together, or it was cousin and cousin. And whenever they went anywhere, you saw one, you saw the other. They were a team. Okay, so they didn't have to be blood sisters. They were a family, I feel. But more than anything, they were like, they chose each other. And I'm getting a reinforcement of that on my crown chakra. You guys read energy. Start paying more attention to energy, all right? Energy around you, energy within, how your body responds to when people are around. But also, when you're asking questions, when you're in a quandary, when you're feeling a little bit like unclear about what to do, how to do, or any of those things, get your mind clear and ask your ancestors to come through to help you, because I feel like you also have a team here. I think that they could be fun, a little bit. I think that they're going to use their kind of like stuffiness, and they were like impish, okay? They just didn't fit your status quo mold. They were viewed by society a little bit like, oh, there's those two. Like, they looked the part of conservative or whatever, but then what came out of their mouths sometimes just wasn't. And they were a little bit unconventional, okay? But these two were almost like twins. It's pretty wild. Moving on. Pisces. For some of you, you're having a really great awakening right now, especially the men, if I have any males watching. So this can have a lot to do with your spiritual awakening. Okay, what I mean by that is you're just going to really start getting downloads yourself, going through perhaps a dark night of the soul, but things that are going to blow your mind. And I feel like if that is you, then this is also you. This is you leaving behind almost like a butterfly getting out of your casing, getting out of your body. That's going to kind of blow everything that you ever thought you were or knew out of the water, and making room for a new you, okay? A new way to look at the world. A lot of freedom. I feel like that really directly connects, Pisces, with this, okay? A lot of freedom in that. If you're undergoing that, I want to tell you that you're not crazy. People around you will probably think that you are. So what? And, you know, I know firsthand about that. And that's okay. Each one has to really forge through their own journey. But I want to tell you, most of all, that if that is you, you are not alone. There are many people like us. Check this out. You can't make it up. So this was a jump card. And this is you, okay? Being in the hermit mode. This is a number 9 by the time you reduce it. This is about cleansing everything that doesn't become you any longer. This is about perhaps, even doing cleanses like of the body, herbal teas, anything like that. Cleanses of the body, exfoliating, getting rid of old things that just don't become you anymore, old ideas also. Outmoded ways of thinking. But also, it's about reflecting on a soul level. Who am I? And why do I have to adhere to what everybody thinks around me? And I want to show you this card because I feel like they even still go together. This is you packing up. Everybody else has done conformed and they're still in this mode of doing things the way they've always done it. And they refuse to wake up, okay, with the storm even on top of them. But this is you scrubbing away all of that. But you have to go in on an inner journey. It could be a little bit weird, a little bit spooky, and it does take time, you guys, so be patient with yourself as you journey within, because I feel like you're going to find a little bit more about like your solar plexus, about your inner power, who you really are, and things are going to really come together in a beautiful way that you can't make this up and you can't mistake it for anything else. I think you're going to evolve into more you than you ever have been, if that makes sense. Now, I have here the Eight of Wands here, and I love this card. This does stand for maybe love messages, love arrows being shot your way, communication back and forth, that kind of a thing. Messages flying back and forth or just coming at you. And I feel like in your case, in this topic, this is messages coming to you. Excuse me. Messages coming. It's almost like you sit and meditate or go into hermit mode and hibernate a little bit, and then you start getting these downloads and you're like, wait, what about this, and all of a sudden you're getting all of these hits and you're like, wait, what, that wasn't even true, wait, what, this is a lie too, wait, what, I can change this, all of those things. Okay, I think about, for some reason I'm thinking about DNA and how people have looked at DNA, and a part of our DNA was touted as like junk science because scientists didn't know what the heck it was, and so they're like, oh, that's just garbage, it's junk science. But now they're finding out differently. And so, that's why when people think, well, the scientists, or scientifically speaking, it's all about like lining up your experiments through data, through testing, through technology that we have available, or the brains that we have available to analyze things through. But in the end, it's sorting through information, making logical decisions based on being open-minded. And I feel like that's going to be you. You're going to be looking at grids that are perhaps like old and kind of dying away. Maybe it's going to kind of blow your mind a little bit, but I feel like these messages are going to be just incoming for you. And so don't be afraid. I would take a journal and write those down because I don't feel like anybody can address all this at once. That would be too overwhelming. Moving on. Ace of Cups here, and I do have I feel like you're going to be receiving an offer of love. I think that it doesn't have to be romantic love. It can be. But this is all about I see you. I get it. We're on the same page. We're on the same journey. We are moving on. I see that there are radical discrepancies about what we're being told or what I grew up with or how I was raised. And other people are going to be on board with that. Now, I do want to say that there's a huge spectrum about what I'm talking about. So one of the things that it could be as simple as, for example, women of my generation and before, we were raised to, be nice girls, be nice, don't speak back to your elders. If you're asked to do something, you do it, basically. And, don't complain, be a nice little girl, that kind of a thing. And it really placed us in a position as women to be disempowered, to have no voice, to feel like our voices weren't really heard. And so my generation now, I feel like we're using more of our throat chakra, and we're growing through this. But it placed these people, us and many others, in a vulnerable situation to where we did not learn how to speak up for ourselves. And so now it could be that part of your awakening is, wait a minute, I can actually speak up. I see other people do it, but all of a sudden you wake up and in your own life, in your own skin, and you're like, I don't have to put up with your opinion or yours, even if you're my aunt, your uncle, my mom, my brother, my husband, my wife, whatever. It's like, I can think for myself. I can say, no, this is my body. This is my space. You guys are used to doing whatever it is that you want to do. No longer, no más, ya basta. So things like that. Or it could be even further and a lot deeper. Moving on. Sorry, Pisces. Here we go. I feel like here is the Fool. This is you taking chances, taking a leap of faith, traveling even lightly. You're leaving a bunch of crap behind. I keep seeing that theme for you. If this resonates, please do leave me a like, share, comment, subscribe. I would love to know if my readings are resonating with anyone out there. So with that being said, I feel like you are taking some chances here. And look, even a ring is like gone. Some of you guys are leaving marriages behind. Some of you guys are just like, you know what? I was wedded to these ideas, these notions, traditions, whatever. This form of being. I was even wedded to the notion of who I am. Not thinking that maybe I can evolve and change and grow and in the end be happier. Okay? So this might cause some of us to feel discombobulated, feel some sadness also. And keep in mind, like with all change, you're going to have a variety of emotions. So I would say if this is you, seek your tribe. Don't look so much at the past, at the, what was behind you. I feel like it's even like pulling out your hair, not knowing kind of what to do, and then looking behind and wishing that things were the same as when you had the Three of Cups. Even though this is Five of Cups, three of them are spilled, and you're wishing, it's like, why can't it be when it was just happy times and good times, and we went out to eat and we did this and we did that, and it was just like we felt copacetic. No, it's not like that anymore. But don't get obsessed. Okay, here is the Devil card. Don't get obsessed. Don't this could do with eating too much, sleeping too much, sexing too much, porn, smoking, whatever your vice is, seeking attention, all of it. Okay. So if we get into these vices, it's going to really slow our development, obviously. So with that, you have the World. And this is about endings, successful completions. You could be somebody who's actually, excuse me. I look at this ingredient box right now, and I feel like, somebody perhaps baking a cake. Well, this is a Devil energy, things that keep us trapped and leashed and enslaved into our own, reactive behaviors. But now, dear Pisces, you have a little box here, and you're going to start putting in new ingredients for yourself to make what it is that you want, the kind of cake that you want, that doesn't control you, doesn't manipulate, and the kind that is more satisfying in the long run, and not a temporary pleasure that keeps you enslaved. And that can look like many different things. Maybe pick up meditation, put it in that little recipe box. Maybe you start doing breath work. That's some recipe box. Maybe start taking Epsom salt baths and trying to let go of that lactic acid and do a little bit of meditation there. Look up Dr. Emoto's water study, okay, where he had the vat of water that he, all the students spoke negatively to, and the vat of water that they spoke positively to. And he inspected them under a microscope and saw an incredible change in the in the slides. So you can look that up. But anyways, a lot of things are coming to an end, and with that, you're bringing new skills, new ingredients, and this is like a very precious. I feel like artillery is coming out of my mouth. But if you look in here, there's a little card in here. I never thought about this one. This is a vehicle for you to move forward. It's going to be very important. All those ingredients that you think, well, a little bit here, there, whatever, they're going to come together and enable you to feel unstuck, to move forward the way you want to. Dear Pisces, so I hope that this reading resonated with you. Much love to you. Again, happiest of birthdays. I know it's crazy right now. But with that, I will leave you. Namaste.